Sunset for Vistara, airline to merge with AI on 12th November. Singapore Airlines holds 25% stake in Air India and investment is part of their multi-hub strategy. What is this, Anand? I mean, as Air India and Singapore Airlines with Vistara and all this, what's going to happen?
Okay. The Tatas and the Singapore government have had historic ties. And Vistara
Hmm.
was supposed to be merged with Air India, the higher end of the brand. And
Hmm.
Singapore Airlines, which was 49% owner of Vistara, agreed
Hmm.
and said that we
Hmm.
will keep 26% stake in the new company, which is Air India now.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
the government gave clearance last week for
Hmm.
Singapore Airlines to invest another 2,000 crores. So they are investing 2,000 crores. नमस्कार, फिर पैसा बोलता है में आपका स्वागत है। आज रविवार है, हम हॉट टेक्स करेंगे। हॉट टेक्स तो अंग्रेजी में होगा। मेरा भाई मेरे साथ है। The assets
Hmm.
of Vistara are being merged into Air India, and therefore
Hmm.
November end there'll be no
Hmm.
Vistara. It will all be Air India. However,
Hmm.
it will take. There are a lot of negative stories about Air India in the social media.
Hmm.
If you have noticed, its
Hmm.
enemies are planting stories. That is, of course,
Hmm.
every airline has its problems, but these are getting amplified by the opposite camp. The PR
Hmm.
section of the opposite camp, any problem in Air India will be magnified.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is because the airline industry in India is dominated by one company, which has absolute power, 70% domination. So far, all the challenges to that company are people without money. Now you have two giants. One is Tata's, the other is Singapore Airlines, who can keep on losing money for several years. So he will keep on losing money for
So this.
several years. So he has got
Hmm.
into serious competition. And the
Hmm.
flights are not yet come. See, you need
Hmm.
at least 1,000 planes to fly in India fully without cancellation and all that. So 1,000 flights
Hmm.
have not yet landed. It will take 5-10 years.
Hmm.
You know, already Boeing is in
Hmm.
trouble. So whatever
Yes.
Boeing has promised, Air India will take a lot more time to come.
Hmm.
So next
Hmm.
7 to 8 years, Air India will struggle to get a foothold.
Hmm.
After that, India will
Hmm.
become a duopoly market with Indigo and Air India
Hmm.
dominating the market. But that's about 7-8 years
Hmm.
away.
But this is interesting what you said because recently it came in the news. Gangwar family in Indigo has offloaded 5% stake to Morgan Stanley. So
Yeah,
what's
that is
how does that
excellent.
figure into this?
That is because there were two people. Bhatia and Gangwal
Hmm.
started Indigo together, and
Hmm.
Gangwal had a falling out with Bhatia. So Bhatia
Hmm.
hosted Gangwal. So Gangwal had
Hmm.
to sell his stake and take out his money.
Hmm.
He had nearly 30% stake. He has sold his final stake
Hmm.
last week, I think. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So that concludes that bit. And when you're talking about Tata's, I wanted to hit on this too. Tata passenger electric mobility bullish on vehicle sales. So are Tata EVs going to be the next thing for them?
They hope so. Their sales have done very badly. But I think they are
Hmm.
in for the long run and
Hmm.
it will bounce back. And
Hmm.
finally, the world is going to go electric.
Okay.
Right now, the fear is two things. There are
Hmm.
enough chargers are not there. Suppose I want to go back to Trichy and come back. I
Hmm.
have to charge my car in between on the way back. The claim is that
Hmm.
it won't do 400
Hmm.
kilometers. But
Hmm.
once the range goes to 500, 600 kilometers, then your hybrid is finished. This is
Hmm.
one problem. The second
Hmm.
problem is the resale value. If I give you a
Correct.
car for 500 kilometers today, and within
Hmm.
6 months give another car for 700 kilometers, nobody will buy a car which is 500 kilometers. So
Correct.
there is no resale vehicle in the value of the car. So the cycle has to
Hmm.
change. And for that cycle to change will
Hmm.
take a lot of time. So this is, you have to be
Okay.
patient.
Okay. And our finance minister came out saying she's given Navratra status to RailTel and NHPC, Solar Energy Corp. they're saying with this Navratra status, more financial autonomy will be given to these entities. So, what is this?
Basically, she is trying to prepare the market for a public issue for these. I don't know whether Railtel is already public. Maybe she is going to sell
Hmm.
some more shares.
So, bolstering it.
They are fattening
Hmm.
the calf for a sale.
For a slaughter. Okay. And last one which I want to hit also was BPCL to invest 2,500 crore to expand city gas distribution. So is gas CNG the future also, Anand, in vehicle?
I think so. Bajaj bikes are doing very well. So I think auto gas will
Yeah.
be the future. And it definitely
Huh.
cleaner and it will be less polluting.
Hmm. And on international front, Nvidia future relies on chips that push technology limits. The guys come out saying the chief officer. But Shashwat brought up an interesting point. When the stock evaluation of the company is already this high, why are they doing a buyback at this point? Because usually
I
buyback
don't
is done
know.
to pump up stock price. Do you have
So
any
I
insight?
don't. I think they are at the very peak. A lot of people
Hmm.
have said that the AI boom is over. The market also has the same
Hmm.
question, and that is why the price of Nvidia has dropped
Hmm.
remarkably after this announcement. The price of
Hmm.
that stock also has dropped.
Hmm.
आज के लिए इतना ही. आपने इस पॉडकास्ट को सुना, इसके लिए मैं आपका आभारी हूँ. हो सके तो इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और बेल नोटिफिकेशन दबाएं. इस वीडियो को अपने दोस्त और रिश्तेदार के पास भेजें और उनको देखने की आग्रह करें. नमस्कार, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद.